So hi there YouTubers and 3D Studio Max lovers. In today's episode we're going to make this scene. As you can see it here in this render, we're gonna make the house, all the alleys, scatter all the vegetation, adding the water paddles, creating the interior. I'm going to show you a trick how to create the interior really fast, and also I'm going to show you a new way on how to edit your image. So if you guys are ready, let's jump in. Okay, so let's start with the beginning. I'm gonna use and drop reference as usual. For this in here I'm going to add my the plan that I found on Arc Daily. Okay, we have the plan. To this plan, as usual, I need to add a new VMap. As a planner, take the real world map scale out. Let's go to the front, see the plan. Okay, I'm gonna rotate this on this axis 90 degrees. Go to the plan view and yeah, let's see our image. Unfortunately, the quality is not very good. We have a scale here, so this means that if we take a rectangle here, and this should be 1 meter. So if I make this 100 and then I scale this, I need to take the pivot first and move it here in the middle, and now I will just scale to, yeah, it's more or less, don't have it exactly, but it's 1 meter, and we can check that by checking a door in here, for example. So let's see, this should be around 90 centimeters. This is 70. 700 could be also a good number. Yeah, I think it's correct. So the scale here is just showing you 1 meter, 2 meters and 5 meters. So this is from 0 to 5, it's here. And this circle with this line shows the north. So it means the north is there. So in this case, we know from where the east is, which is probably on the left side, and the west and the south is here. So we're gonna work on this area, which is the living room. To make things easier, I'm just gonna rotate all this part 90 degrees like this. So it's gonna be much easier for me to create rectangles and so on. So to do that, I'm just gonna take again my pivot from here, the pivot from my plane, and move it here into this corner. And now I'm gonna try to rotate this whole thing to have it in 90 degrees, which is more or less like this. No, it's not, but yeah, let's rotate everything so it can also use this. Okay, I think this is fine. So as usual, I'm just gonna start creating some layers. Here, the first layer that I'm going to create is 0, 0. And I will just call it reference plan, and then I will just create another layer, walls, ceiling, floor, and yeah, the rest we can make it later. So first of all, let's start with the walls. So this is going to be our main image. As you can see, from here we can see the exterior. So we have here a different type of material. Probably it's like a concrete material. Here they had a fire probably, or it's a fire pit. I don't know exactly. So yeah, we need to create this kind of shape. Maybe it will be better also to have this image here in the scene, because this looks more or less like a facade. So this part here, which is kind of straight, I think it's more or less like a facade, so we can use this to see a little bit more details. So yeah, let's do that using the end drop reference. I'm just gonna add this in here and apply a new VMap, take the real world scale out, and just add this in here like this. Let's move it around here. Let's change the pivot to this. Just close down for this. So this is our window starting from here till here. So we need to change the length. I'm just gonna go like this. Can go a little bit more to the right. We're almost there. Okay, I think this is fine. So yeah, we can also use this to create the walls and everything else that we need in here. So yeah, let's start with the walls. So I'm gonna go to I'm just gonna take my plane and move it to the reference plan. This can stay like this. So yeah, let's go to walls, select the walls, and then start creating some. Just make it 25 to be sure, and this can be 10. Probably like that. I don't have the exact dimensions in here, so I'm gonna try as much as possible to create my own dimensions. And this is wood. I will just extrude this. If I look at the interior, you can also see how far is this wood going. Okay, I'm gonna generate real world map scale in here, and then I will start making copies with the shift. One here as an instance, another one here, probably another one here, this as a copy, another one here as a copy. Okay, now using the line tool, I'm just gonna start. This is going a little bit higher. I'll just go actually until here, because this is the roof is coming in the front of the building, so probably the back wall is around here. Just close this, and yeah, when you don't have all the information from your project, you need to figure out yourself how to make it. I think this is fine. I'll just make here a smooth for now, and yeah, nothing happened. I will just use a Bezier, and I'll try to create this line in here. This can go a little bit higher. It looks nice. Maybe this can go a little bit lower. Okay, now let's create a second one here, and these two, they can merge together, and we just got our first part, the ceiling, and we'll apply to this on floor generator. For those who don't know what floor generator is, it's a script that it's actually creating a floor generator. You can download it from here, from CG Source. Floor generator, it creates all kind of patterns. As you can see here, most of the time I'm using only the standard running, but yeah, you have also the chevron and so on. There is a free version for this, and for the full version you need to pay 29 euros, which is quite a lot for this kind of script. But anyway, yeah, just use the free version is more than enough. You're gonna get only the standard running mode, and yeah, for the rest you don't really use them that much. And I already showed you how to create this kind of patterns on my YouTube channel. Made a video about this, and it's called how to create any type of wood floor in 3D Studio Max using the array modifier. So if you're having 3D Studio Max 2024, you have the new array modifier here that you can use, which is yeah, quite helpful. And I'm showing you how to create different types of wood floors, in this case the herringbone one. So yeah, please follow this if you really want to learn more about how to use the array modifier. In this case I'm not gonna use the array modifier because it's quite a lot of work to do it, and yeah, the floor generator is much faster. So okay, let's see how big these wood planks are and how they are divided. So if I go here to okay, so they are not that big. This is a window, it's yeah, probably 12 I would say. Okay, let's make it 12, should be more than enough. And the length of one of these, yeah, the grout, there is a grout in here, as you can see. I'm not gonna use the extrude and the bevel because I want to create my own bevel in here to, yeah, to make it better. Grout length, I'm just gonna leave it 0. And also another thing before moving to that I would like to do in here is to make a copy of this with Shift and Control and then detach. And to this I'm going to apply a sweep, and this sweep is going to be a bar like this. Now I'll just make it, let me see also the interior. Apply a chamfer to this, only the chamfer, 0.5, it can have more segments. And then the wood needs to be a little bit here, but before that I need to take the chamfer out, so I'm not going to see it. And the sweep needs to have generate mapping coordinates, so I'm gonna make it off in the viewport. And then yeah, maybe 6 centimeters is a little bit too much for the sweep. Let's make it 4, and then let's change for a bit the dimensions of this wood floor generator, because I would like to have here a nice detail. And I want this wood to stick out for a bit, like this. to have an extra details in there, extra detail in there. And then let's move back to our dimensions here. The offset, I'm gonna take it out 0, and the length of this is just gonna be more or less like this. Okay, let's apply a shell to this. The shell is going to be on the inner amount. I will just make it 2, which is 2 centimeters. And then to this I will apply my chamfer, and this chamfer is gonna have no segments because I would like to have in here this kind of beautiful gap so I can see the wood slats, but this is maybe a little bit too much. 0.5, 0.7, let's see. Yeah, this could work. This is looking nice. I don't like what's happening here. This should go there, but yeah, probably we're not going to see it because it's quite far. I will apply a second chamfer to this. So the first chamfer, smooth chamfer only, and to the second one the same, and this one is gonna go very, very small just to have some roundness in here, even though probably you're never going to see that. Let's make it even smaller. I think this is fine. Okay, let's see all the details. We have our wood in here. Also to these parts I'm going to apply this chamfer. Let's see how it's looking. These were instances, you get everything in an instance. Not very sure if we have a piece of wood here in the but I will just leave it. It looks nice to have it. Okay, and what we need to create next is are the interior walls. So I will just go like this, and I'll just create here my interior walls. This can go here, and I think this is totally fine. And I will just extrude this till here, and then actually no, I will not do this. I will do something else. I will just make a copy of this, delete all my chamfers and all of that stuff, and then I will just go here and extrude my -10 till here. So in this way I have the wall behind also, and it's more accurate. The only thing that I don't need is the bottom part, because that is the floor. So if you look here, I need the wall ending here because this is an interior wall. So the bottom part that I have in here, I don't need it because here we're gonna have our interior floor. So yeah, let me do that. Just go to my editable spline, and in here I'm gonna delete this with 1, which is the vertex. I will just refine and create here some points, and I will just take these vertices. And now I will just take this and connect it with my vertex, and also this one, and I will weld that, and also this one with weld. Maybe I can even use 1. And yeah, I have my wall. So this is good. Let's move forward with the rest of the stuff. In here we have another wall, so just going to create one like this. I'm also going to create one like this. I'll take both of them, rotate them, and move everything in here. And now I will just take this one with a height, move it here, and rearrange all the heights according to the other one that we already have in here. So this should go. Actually, I will just use this as a reference, and yeah, this needs to be off in the viewport, so it's much easier for me to use them as a reference for the height. All of this needs to be corner. Okay, and now I will take my second one, which is this one, and I need to see the height of that. So first of all, let's see. Take this and move it lower. The height is probably, so for sure this is 90 or around that, 85. I'll just make it 90. And then here we have the height of this window, which is probably 65. So I will go 90, and then this can go 65. Okay, so I'll make this right now 65. and then I will move my object here, and then by clicking this absolute mode transform type and go on the Z axis, I will make 90 here. So now it's in the correct place. I will apply an editable spline and delete this, and then select this one, and with the refine I will just create some points in here. Actually, this rectangle, I'm going to need it afterwards. Make a copy, and then with this I will attach one of them, delete this, and then apply an extrude to this. The vertices are not welded, so I'm just gonna do that now. And slowly we're getting our wall also here. Okay, and now to this line, I'm just going to select one of the edges, and with Ctrl and Shift move it here, Ctrl A, weld, and then to all of this I'm going to apply this. Yeah, so we have a frame, and then inside we have the windows. This is fine. I'll just do it like this. And then inside here I'm gonna recreate another frame, and to this frame I'm going to take this, copy and paste, and off in the viewport. The sweep can go like this, and the length, let's make it also 4, maybe 7. Let's save the file. Okay, so we have the main frames of the window, as you can see here, but what I would like to show you today is how to create extra details to your window. So yeah, to create more realistic windows. Stop this chamfer for now, and I will create in here a line like this, and this line is gonna get an extrude and then an editable poly, and this is going to be our main window sheet. But to have this very realistic, I'll apply a shell to it. This shell is going to be 3 millimeters, so 0.3, as you can see here. So what I'm going to do now, I'm gonna apply an editable poly to my frame, and then I'm gonna select all of these edges and use connect. I will create my first connect, and then I will go for the second one like this. Then I will select my window and create a symmetry, and I will move this symmetry like this with a flip, and now I have 2 window sheets. So this is quite good, and I would like in between these two to create a metal part. So to explain you better what I have in mind, so yeah, I would like to create a detail like this, as you can see here. So we have one window on one side, another one on the other side, and then in the middle we have this metal sheet, this metal part that it's keeping those 2 windows together, I think, or I don't know exactly how it's working. Also, yeah, so this is what I would like to create. So what I'm going to do now, I'm gonna create here a 1 centimeter distance between these 2 sheets. I'm gonna put this here and move this one here, and then change the symmetry position more in the middle. Just make it without X, and then here just go and move this more or less like this, and then create another one here, another loop with Alt 1. I showed you so many times how to make this loop, so sometimes I'm just I'm forgetting to tell you that. Okay, and now I will make a selection of this. Okay, I will just take this loop from the middle that I already made and move it here on this side, and then I'll just create another one like this, and another one, and another one. I'll just take this one and move it in the right position. Also this one here. Okay, and now I will just select, Control on all these faces. I'll apply another editable poly on top, so in case I need to go back to make changes, I can go easily and I still have my original geometry. And now I'll select those faces and use an extrude. Go to the local normals and I will just extrude this for 0.5, let's say. Okay, and what I need to do now is to change the dimensions of my windows. They need to be extended. So to do that, I'm just going back to my original editable poly and go here, and everything is changing because the other side is just a symmetry of this. Now I need to go also on the other view, on the left view. Okay, and now we have our glass sheet and the frame. What we need to add in here is the metal part that is in the middle, and that's gonna happen soon. And we also need to add in here some rubbers, because between the window and the frame there is a small rubber that is keeping the glass sheet not touching the frame. So to do that, you can just go here, and by selecting this edge we can create a shape, and this shape coming like this. Select all the vertices, make them corner, and to this we can apply a nice rubber that is going to be, if we really want to go in details, we can make it something like this. And this can go to here. You can even have this, let me apply another editable spline with a fillet, because it's a rubber, so you can't really see all this. And also here a small detail, also here one, and we can just take all of this and be sure that it's only on the glass. Okay, and now I'll just move this here and try to find that piece of spline, apply a sweep to this and use a custom. And we have it here, and we just need to mirror this on this side and move it here. I think it's like this, yeah. Let's take the offset out and let's just move this on the right side. Okay, and now I will use a symmetry again, and this symmetry will go on the X. Now we'll just move the mirror. Oh no, it's not on the X, it's on the Y, not even, it's on the Z. Okay, and I will just take this and move it here, and let's see the detail. Okay, I think it's looking nice, and it's on both sides. And now I will apply another symmetry. I'm just gonna paste the other one, and I'm gonna move this one in the middle of these two in here. So now I have my symmetry on both window sheets. And and now by applying here on the window frame and poly select, I will just select exactly the edges where I would like to have my chamfer. It's only here. Now I'll check smooth chamfers only. Before that I will apply a smooth and then have the chamfers only. And now we have our window. And I'm also going to create some materials to show you how this should look like. So first of all, let's add a color in the environment so we can also see the materials. Let's use wood material from the Chaos Cosmos. Materials, go to wood. Yeah, this looks very nice. Also this one, 100 centimeters, so I think it's more than enough. Which one is looking better? Yeah, download this. I will just be sure that my sweep has generate mapping coordinates. Okay, and now I also need to check if it's use real world scale. It is, and now I will just import that to my object. And in the moment that I did that, I already have a material in here. To change the position of the texture on my object, I can use an UVV X-form, and change the rotation to this to 90, and it's looking very nice. Let's also add the glass material in here. I'll just create here window materials. I'll just use a Corona physical material, and to this I will just apply a glass architectural. I'm not gonna make it green. I will just the media options, just take it out. Distance can be 0, and yeah, for the opacity, for the refraction amount we can have 99, and for the reflection a roughness of 0.01. So it's not perfect. If you don't want to use the roughness, and some of you, they don't know how it's working, you can just go here on the advanced option and you can change this to glossiness. And now it's the old way how the Corona materials was working. So you just see in the moment that I did that, it just became 0.99. 1 being perfect reflective and 0.99 having a little bit of less. We'll just call this glass. Now I'll just apply this to my window sheet with an Alt X. I can take it out. And now I will just take another one and I will make this a rubber, a black rubber. Let's see if we have anything in here. No, we don't, but I can show you my way of making it. It's just using a base layer, make it as dark as possible. As you can see, it's already looking like a rubber. Now it depends on how much reflection you want to have on it, but this is more than enough. And I will just apply this to my rubber in here. And now I'm just going to select my window frame, and to this window frame I'm going to go back to my poly, the editable poly that I had before. And in the moment that I'm selecting this, any part of my object, let me just close all of this so you can see what I'm talking about. Here we have an ID for each part, so I'm gonna select the middle one with control all of them, and I'm gonna give it a different ID, which is 2. And for the side part also I'm gonna have here 3, and also for the other side, which is this one, so here I'm gonna have 3, and also in here we can have 3, and also in here. Okay, and now I will just go to my material editor and bring in my wood. The wood is not even mine, it's from the Corona Cosmos. And in here I'm gonna use a multi-sub object, and I'm gonna add my wood in the first wood slat. And for the rest of them I'm gonna use the Corona physical material, and this is gonna go here. And I'm going to make this a metal. You can also find here directly a metal. This metal is more like a chrome. So if I click, so in the moment that I did that, it's already becoming like a chrome. I don't know about this edge color. But yeah, to create a chrome material is very easy. You just need to have white base layer, the roughness, and we need to add a bump in here. For the bump, I'm gonna use a bitmap. Okay, so as you can see, in here we have some lines and these points. So let's create this. We'll just go to Photoshop. I'll create a new file. I will just make this 800. Okay, add this in the middle, and then I will just create another shape from here. Okay, and to this I'm going to apply a gradient, and the gradient it will be radial. Okay, and I just created my ellipses, and then I'll just make a copy of all of this here. And yeah, I think this should be enough for now. Let me just save this. Okay, and now let's add that in here. I will just use 1 by 1 centimeter for load my map, and this going here in the bump as an instance. And then I will also make a copy of this. Now we'll just apply this in here. And now let's see our, oh no, close this spirit toolbar. And as you can see, this is our window right now. It has quite a lot of details, you can probably see. Okay, now I can see my my bump in the viewport, so we just need to move this bump a little bit more to the left or right. So to do that we can just do this. Oh, so it's not really 1 centimeter there. Okay, I will just take this and make it also here. The circles, maybe they need to be a little bit bigger. but anyway, for now I think it's more than enough. I'll just apply another chamfer to this, and I will apply also on poly select. And this chamfer is gonna be very small. Okay, let's see the materials, and yeah, I need to make this back to metal. Needs to go back 1.1, just a little bit of touch. Now I understand, I added the rubber on the middle part, so this is why you couldn't see the whole thing. Let's change a little bit also the rubber, color of the rubber can be so now we got a more realistic window. As you can see, the moment that we're gonna also render this, it's gonna be much easier to see the whole thing, because I want to use this window also on the other one that we have in here. Actually, I will just leave it as it is for now. But yeah, this is how for those who are on my Patreon, they can download this 3D model from there. It's gonna come with the textures, well, not with the wood texture, but you can take it from Chaos Cosmos. But you're gonna have this one, or you can just make it yourself. Okay, for now I'll just leave this as it is. Just save the whole thing and move forward with the rest of the stuff that we need to create in here. So now, because we have the wood, I'll just apply this wood also on this part. And also on this. Here we need to add an UVVX form. Make a copy of this here. Now we'll just take all of this and also the frame. And now, because I have everything as a rectangle, I can just apply an editable spline to this, make everything a corner usual, and just move this here. It can go here. This is the glass. This yeah, doesn't need to have an UV map, even though if you want to add extra details, you can add some fingerprints on it, or yeah, all kind of small details, scratches and so on. And then in the end, the rubber. I will make a poly select in here. Select only this for the chamfer, and then I'll make another poly select and add the rest, because I would like to have a nice clean corner in here. And this can go a little bit inside window, I mean, and also I'll make a copy of it. Just leave it as an instance. And just delete all of this and take the other ones from here. And yeah, this one is not in the correct position. Probably these two windows are for sure the same. And let's see if also this is exactly in the middle. So to check that, I'll just make a rectangle here and then make another one. Looks like it's in the middle. Okay, I'll just make a copy of this one. Okay, make a group again. And now we have the windows and all the details of it. So, or the doors, I don't even know. These are for sure doors. These two are for sure windows. Okay, let's move forward with the stuff that we are doing here. I'm just gonna take this wood, make a copy of it, and rotate everything on the other direction, and move it here somewhere. And yeah, go to our editable spline. Okay, not very sure what's happening here. This probably needs to go around here, and this can go like this. I still don't know these two are staying like this or not, but I'll just leave it like this for now. And yeah, it's also going up, if you can see here. But anyway, I need to make the roof first to see exactly how it's actually looking. And yeah, let's start with the roof. The roof, I think, is going in that direction like this. And so yeah, let's see how it's going to look. You see there are some dotted lines in here that shows the roof. I will apply an editable spline to this, and I will just move this one, can go here. Okay, and now, yeah, it's not really matching the perspective that we have in here because it's a little bit more in the front. I think it's more or less like this. Let's try play a little bit with the surface. Okay, the directions are definitely good, I guess. For sure, this should go more or less like this to have like a nice curve. Yeah, the editable poly is not a very good idea. The best one is the editable patch. In this way, you can also play with the surface more. Starting to look good. What I need to do is to add a camera in here and then try to play a little bit with the field of view. I will just go with focal length. This like this, let's see. Starting to get there. Okay, but the heights are not really correct, so let's change those. Let's add a little bit more surfaces in here. Yeah, I can also move the points directly here and get exactly that, but according to the plan, it's not really that. We'll just do that for now. This is super beautiful. It's just shocked by how beautiful it can be. And the architecture, the Japanese architecture, is definitely one of the top in the world. Yeah, it's just the culture, the way of living is just incredible. How you can lose the Second World War to get 2 atomic bombs and still be one of the leading countries in the world. It's just another level. So yeah, this is not really like that. Also this one, from what I see, it's more straight. I think it's bending more only in the back and the front, and on the sides it's kind of straight. Okay, let's check this with a plan. Yeah, it's not really matching the plan. This is the one that it's actually matching. I'm gonna delete this blind editable patch to this 10 by 10. Go back to my view. This is, needs to be more or less straight. Quite a lot of beams in here. Anyway, I will just leave for now the ceiling as it is. If I want to add more lines or division on my shape, I can just go back anytime to my original image and I can add here more, as you can see. Anyway, for now I'll just apply a shell to this and make it 5 centimeters, let's say. And then I'll just take this, make a copy of it, and then make another copy of this, delete this, and try to select all these edges. Okay, I'm just gonna create a shape out of this, and then I'll go also on the other direction and create another shape, and then yeah, I can delete all of this can apply another editable poly here. Then I'll make some selections. This. Okay, let's try again and connect. Okay, let's make it minus 35. We have a number. And then also this can go minus 35. Okay. Okay. And let's create a shape out of this. That one can stay as it is. This can now be a corner. Imagine if for me it's so hard to create these details. Yeah, imagine for the architects who actually did all of this. So yeah, next level, I would say. I'll just create an extrude minus 10. Okay. Create a shell. Apply a chamfer to it. And this is going to have a sweep. Yeah, let's just make it 35 by 20. Oh, 15. 12. Okay, we need to have an intersection. Make it 10 by 30. It can go also 10 by 30. Okay, let's apply the wood material that we already have. UVV X form. Let's use 90. So paste in here. And also to this part we can apply this. We need to apply the material first. Okay, I'll just hide this for now. And here we can use material from the Corona library, which is here. This could work. Roof. And in here, let's add that. We'll apply the shell afterwards. I will use unwrap UVV. Now I'll just select all of this, open the UVV editor, which is this one, and I will then apply a shell on top. I'll go 5 here and 0 here, and I could just leave it as it is. And let's try to apply our material again. Okay, this is UVV X form, and yeah, let's have 100 here by 100 by 100. Maybe 1000. Yeah, 1000, it's looking good. Now if the dimensions are quite perfect, they can be even more. Let's make it 2000. Okay, this is nice. Just save it. See it from the side. Okay, now we need to fix also this wall. Okay, and this can also go. Okay, let's create also the house chimney. It's probably here somewhere. With Ctrl Shift, I'll make a copy. Okay, and let's move this lower place wherever that is. Okay, this is good. Let's take this. Make an inset wherever that is. Here. Okay. Actually no. I'm just going to divide this in more segments. Connect and connect. And then I will do a chamfer. And delete this. And then create some faces from the middle of this segment through there. And now I'm just going to take all these points in here and I will find the spherify and I have a circle. So this is what I need. I'll apply a double poly and take this can extrude it. And this needs to be in the same plane. So I'm just going to take all these points and do this. And now let's unhide all. Let's see, it's going like this. I'm going to make a copy of this so I can isolate these two so I can have them together and see exactly what I need to do. Okay, so let's see. This, and at the end let's apply a turbo smooth to all of this, and yeah, it's almost perfect. Just need to add in here extra details. Let's see now. Perfect. It's almost the same. Oh yeah, there is a small problem. Mine is round on the corners, the other one is not. We need to fix all of that. Also that. To do that, yeah, let's add a slice maybe. Just copy paste this in here, move it on the other side. Okay, and now apply an editable poly, edit this, hit backspace. Okay, weld all the vertices. Now it's all good. We can also apply a small shell to the whole thing, not 5, but 1.1. It's more than enough. And yeah, let's apply also material to this. Let's go to ambient CG, and here let's go to materials. So metal. Let's find a nice, beautiful black metal. This is it. I'll just take the 4K color. Just Corona physical in here, apply this as a base color, and yeah, we can have also Corona pump converter. Just convert this and add this to the pump, and I can also add here a triplanar. Yeah, maybe the triplanar is not working that well. Let's get rid of it, and make it 60 by 60 and apply a new VMap as a cylindrical. There is something wrong with the 3D model. The slice touched my let's go local aligned. I'll just do this. Try to move it so it's not touching my top part. Okay, let me move this point here. Can fix this geometry. Okay, I need to delete this editable poly again. Need to redo the whole thing, fortunately. Okay, now it's all correct, I guess. Let me just save all of this. Okay, this needs to go a little bit higher. And I also need to make a detail like this, because yeah, these shingles are into different heights. So yeah, I think this is going to work. This is more or less correct, and this needs to go also higher. Okay, let's make this wall. Okay, so this detail is not really working well, so I'm going to delete it and I'm gonna make it from scratch because it's sticking out in the middle part, as you can see. Try again. Control I, make a copy of it, make an object. UV map, just go as a box, apply here the wood that we have, and yeah, change this to X. Okay, it's not bad what I'm seeing. I think it's looking quite nice. I could apply also the wood in here. Let's see how it's looking. It's not the right size. Let's apply a UV map in the other direction. I like what I'm seeing. Okay, let's move forward with the rest of the stuff. I'll start creating this wall here, but I'm just going to do that by copying this wall from the other side. This needs also a material. Okay, let's change this also. Okay, let's apply this to our wall. Walls, just have it here. Use this, copy. Okay, now let's extend all of this here somewhere to touch our wood. Bezier corner. Okay, to this I will create also the frame for the doors. Before that, and I will just make a copy of all of this from here. To this I will just delete the bottom part. Just paste this in here and change the depth of the sweep. This is fine. I will apply a smooth to this, and then I will just apply my wood. It's looking amazing, this wood. Okay, and to this I will apply an editable poly. Okay, let me hide all of this. So let's see what we have. I'll save. Okay, it's not bad what we have. Okay, so let's move forward with the rest of the things. Let's also create a little bit of this volume here in the back. So we also need to create a little bit of this volume and a little bit of this one. Our angle is gonna stay from this direction. So yeah, let's do that. So I will just go here and using a line, I'll just start creating some walls. Don't worry too much about these walls. They are meant to be here only for closing the perspective in the back. So I will use the same, make a copy of it, unhide, and yeah, I will just use this roof to create my other roof here, because I already have it made, so it's gonna be much easier for me to play with it. I will just try to arrange everything in such a way that is matching more or less my other my roof that we have here. I'll just move this here. This one can just go like this. I can just take all of this and make the corner for now, and I will just play with them like this. It's gonna be much easier. So yeah, as you can see, it's starting from here somewhere, and it's much simpler than the other one. Okay, and now because we already made all those changes, the edit patch here, I need to apply a new one because I already played with that one, and yeah, probably to add more segments in here. But other than that, it's everything should be fine. This thing, I don't really like it. Details. Fortunately, I need to recreate all the that we created earlier. Let me just do it this way. Using Alt, I will just deselect all these faces. To make selections in this way, you need to use Control, and to deselect things, you need to use Alt. When we Control and Shift, I can make a copy of those. Okay, this can go off. I'll just apply a shell to this. This shell is gonna be 12. Paste UV map as a box, and that's it. How many steps we had? 20 steps. Okay, so I need to have something similar here. They are quite the same. You can also have a chamfer on top of this. Let's create the beams now. Just make some quick some selections. and then also on the other direction. Yeah, I need to start from here. As I said, we're not really going to see all of this, but it's good to have as much details as possible. Okay, let me just take this. Rearrange a little bit of height in here so there is some intersection. Another thing that I would like to do is to make a copy of this wood, and in here to add a Corona image mapping randomizer, which is this one. And on this randomizer I will just go with 1 and 1 in here, and with instance of, I think it's mesh element, let's see, it's definitely not an instance. And to this I need to add here additional outputs, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we also want to have some randomization of colors between them, we can also add the Corona multimap in here. This multimap can go like this, and here we can have a Corona randomization, gamma randomization. We need only one. Let me see if it's actually working. There is a problem with these faces, with these blinds, which I forgot about it. We need to create a polyselect and select all these faces which they don't have UV coordinates, and we need to apply an UV coordinate also here. Fortunately, the spline doesn't have a coordinate on these faces, but we can fix this quite simple. We just need a plane. It's just a matter of selection more than I think now it's fine. Just make it box. Yeah, now it's cool. I need to do this also on these ones, and I also need to apply the new material that I made here, both of them. Okay, let me start the render, save this file. Okay, we definitely have some, maybe the difference is a little bit too much. Let's have one hue randomization. We can also have some hue randomization. We don't have a one offset also in the other direction. I don't really like this line here. Actually, I kind of hate it. Okay, now it's working well. We have 1, 1 here, only the offset, and here we just use some gamma randomization and hue randomization. Yeah, I don't even know if it's really needed, maybe less. And yeah, they're kind of random right now, as you can see, so this is going to help a lot. Let's add this material also here, which is there, and we can also add it in here. Let's see. Yeah, we also have some randomization in there, which is perfect. Randomization always helps. And let's see, also here I guess we should have it. Here we need to add the UV map. And just add this as a box. Let me do that also for the other ones. UV map box. Hide all. And what we need to do next is to extend this under our roof. So yeah, this part needs to go here. I'll select this and this, and now I will try to fix these two in such a way that they're gonna work together well. So I'm just gonna take these two here and extend them, as you can see. And yeah, on this part here I will just apply a line. This is just gonna go, actually let me think what is the best way. Oh, with backspace you can delete them. Actually I will just make here for these two, I'm gonna connect them like this, and now I will just take a vertex from the middle, and using the soft selection I will extend this soft selection, as you can see while I'm moving there. And now in the moment that I'm gonna move this point here, also the other ones are gonna move depending on the soft selection, as you can see. So I need to make the soft selection wider. Okay, this is fine for now. Let's take this point here. The idea is that you just need to have an intersection here, so you're not going to see the problems. So yeah, this is a different way than the other one, how to fix these kind of things, these kind of problems. Okay, I will show you another way to do this by using a poly select. I'm going to apply an I will apply an editable poly in here, and then this point, and also this one. And here I will just extend this. Okay, and I will do the same thing, apply an poly select, and apply again an FFD. We're not going to see any of them. Okay, here there are also some windows and some stuff where I'm not going to care about all those things right now, because let me see. Here we need to have a look. Yeah, there is a window here. I don't even know if I should make it or not. I will just take this window. I need to apply the wood on that. I need the X form on this. Now I'll just take all of this, make a copy of it. I'll group this, local align. And now the editable poly, I need it under, and with Alt 1 I will just create some loops. Just need to hide this. Okay, we have the hole, and now just make a selection of all of this and make a copy. And then unhide everything and apply the wood with the floor generator. I will just take all of this with a copy and paste it here. And the moment that I did that, everything went to 45 degrees, which sometimes you did it in 45 degrees and you don't know how to make it. It's funny. Don't want to have here a strange intersection. Okay, I'll just leave it as it is. Okay, let's apply. It has a UV map. Let's apply our wood in here. To do that also on this side. Let's rotate this floor generator direction. Oh, the shell here is not straight corner. Yeah, that was the problem. Let's make it less then. Yeah, I don't really like the thickness of this. It's a little bit too much. Yeah, let's change that now. Maybe 1. Make it 2. Also this one. Oh, there is a wall sticking out here. Oh, let's fix that. But yeah, I think it's looking nice. Let's create also the other side, which is here on the side. So we just need the roof first. Just take this one for now. Make a copy of it. I'll make everything corner. Need to say this is quite a challenging project but it's very, very beautiful. If I had the money, I will ask this architectural company to make my house. So yeah, Japanese architecture, it's definitely one of the best in the world. I know some people will say, but for me it's not working, or I don't like it, or whatever. It's just incredible. Anyway, let me see. I think the back part is made of 2 roofs, which I don't really want to make. So this is one, and there is another one underneath, but the other one in the back we're not going to see it, so I'm gonna make only one. With the Bezier corner, of course. Create this beautiful shape in here, going like this. Let's see what we have. I need to apply an editable patch again. Why I don't have an editable patch in here if I use it so much? Edit patch. Okay, and to the edit patch we need to add more segments. Yeah, it's fine. Just need to bring this a little bit lower, a little bit too high. Okay, let's fix the world. So yeah, for the next copy, let's go the other way, 10 to 0, and also apply a chamfer to this. This chamfer should be only the smooth chamfer, and a new map. Yeah, as a box we can apply the wood, or I think it's gonna be much better this way. Let's see, the shell is 10 we said, and now let's play with this. Okay, let's start filling the gaps. Let's go with a 3 maybe. Yeah, let's change the volume. Maybe it's gonna be easier. Go local, align, scale this, local align. And let's try now with the go with the poly select. Okay, sometimes it's not really working as it's needed. Oh, I can just fix it like this. There are gonna be also some beams in here, so we're not going to see all these details. I don't want to spend too much time on modeling this because the main part is actually to render this. So yeah, I will prefer to spend more time on that. Connect all of this, create. Okay, and I will apply again on FF. Let's set the volume for this. Control the points. And let's see what we have. It's almost perfect. Okay, this is fine. It's oh, I need to fix also this part. Okay, and I think this is done for now. I will just apply on white material to all of this, the wall that we have. It's here. Go with a new map as a box, would be fine. What we need to do next is to add the wood slats in here on the sides that we see in the render. These two should definitely have that. Just apply a double poly, make some selections in here. Detach, make a copy of this. Fake pivot, center. Okay, let's add this also here. This one is correct, the other one is not. Doesn't matter, we can just change the way it's going here. Okay, let's save all of this and let's see our 3D model. I need the beams on the left side, and here I said I'm going to fix this part of the ceiling and also here, just to make a copy of this. Okay, let's do that. And also another thing is this roof. These two, they need to stay one on each other. Okay, and let's fix this. So we said we're going to delete this. This is going as a copy, and the shell is 12, 12, 0. And this goes with the wood. Okay, so this has a displacement, and this is why it's looking like this. So let me see how thick should I make this. 0.1, 0.01, 0. So even with 0, with no thickness, I'm still getting this displacement. Yeah, let's check the material and see how we can. Displacement is 5 centimeters. Yeah, we don't need that much thing too, it's more than enough. Just need a small, nice. We don't have an UV mapping on those. Oh yeah, because the poly select is not here. Now we have it. But if I apply just an editable on just a UV map, the box on the X is not enough, should be. So yeah, I'm not gonna use this poly select anymore. I'll just apply a normal UV map as a box on all of this. It's working also like that. Okay, let's fix that also here. Make a copy, the shell 12, 12, 0. And this roof part doesn't need any thickness. Also this one. Okay, we need to apply the wood in here. And these two are not on the same height. Okay, save. Oh yeah, we need to create also the beams here. Well, let me just do that now. We'll just go like this to have some distance in between them. Yeah, this is a strange intersection here. I'll just the color of the wood, I think it's not really like in the, I mean, for sure it's not the same, so we have two different colors. One is more red, dark, and one is more bright. It's also a little bit red, so we're gonna leave this like this, and we're gonna create another one a little bit darker. So I'll just take this, make a copy, red, dark wood. And this we don't need. And let me add the corona color correct in here. And this color correct, it's going to be a little bit darker. And the hue, okay, let's apply this. So yeah, let's see now the material, the new material. Okay, yeah, it's looking nice. Maybe the gamma should be smaller. Yeah, let me add also color correcting here and change a little bit. So yeah, the wood is quite close. This one is not really. Let me see the front view. This one is dark also, of course. So the frames, they need to be also dark. Oh yeah, let's do that. Okay, let me select all of this. Yeah, also here we need to change. Yeah, the color of the other wood is not. Yeah, I think now it's much closer, as you can see. Okay, let's leave everything as it is. Let's create here a small concrete border underneath, and yeah, maybe play a little bit also with the interior, even though, yeah, we'll see. Okay, and let's apply an extrude. Can be even more, -60. And to this we need to apply a nice concrete. Let me just take one directly from Corona library. Concrete. Let me fix also this part here, because this edge, it's correct. The only problem is that the wall. Now it should be fine. And also on the other, here we actually need to. And for the interior, I'm not going to do anything in there. I'm just gonna leave it as it is, and I'm gonna show you a trick that we can use to have interiors or picture inside the interior without actually making the interior. And now let's start working on the exterior part. Let's see how it's. Oh yeah, we need to create this deck, and then yeah, creating the land. It's a as you can see, this is in a small forest. So yeah, we need to create a small forest in here. So for those who are following me on my Patreon, they can download this from my Patreon. These two can go in there. And now let's create another one. 02 landscape. Let me open the reference plans, and let me see. Yeah, here we have a deck that we need to create. Just gonna do that like this. And yeah, let's see, a sweep box. So let's make this 10 by 10, 12. It can be 18. Generate mapping coordinates. Actually, it doesn't matter that. I will apply an editable poly to this. Delete all of this. Break all these points, and now apply a shell. The shell, let me see how the shell is going. Okay, underneath 18, and now I will apply a chamfer to this, and as you can probably see, now we have these nice details in here, which is more realistic. For the deck, yeah, I'm just going to apply the wood. This should smooth chamfer and off in the viewport. And for the rest, I'm gonna create. I'll just take this floor generator and just paste this in here. And for this part, which is going lower here, even like this, just apply an editable spline to this, and this can be just a wood plank from one side to another. And now will be just a piece of wood actually. Extrude this minus 20. Okay, let's apply a chamfer to this. Actually, apply an editable poly. Retopology, I think. Let's see, compute chamfer, poly select, and this to apply noise. And let's see what we got. Yeah, this needs an UV map, and the UV map needs to go in this direction. And then, yeah, unfortunately here we still need to apply some UV maps. Poly select, just select these two, apply a UV map box, and then another poly select as a box. Okay, so this is what we got right now. I think it's nice. Oh, this texture is not right here, it's the wrong direction. Okay, what else we need to add? We could add in here is some poles here that are just going from the bottom. Chamfer, not that big. Yeah, I'll just add them in here like this. It doesn't need to be perfect. Okay, so let's start with the next part. I will just take this, make a copy of it, did the extrude, and just move it here. This is going to be the part we're working now on the landscape area. So in this case, I will, oh yeah, I already have a layer here. So I'm just going to create some splines. Today I'm gonna introduce a new plugin. It's called Splineland. Yeah, you can buy it from these guys. It's 130 euros. It's quite expensive, but it's very useful plugin. You can create almost anything with it just by using some splines. And yeah, in today's episode I'm going to show you how we can do that. So let's start. Okay, so we're gonna start building the landscape. So for this we're going to use a plugin that is called Splineland. It's made by this company, iCube R&D group, and yeah, we're gonna use this to create this landscape. So yeah, let's start. So this plugin is working with splines. So what we're going to do first is to make a copy of this, and we're gonna delete this. We're gonna use only the spline for now, and then we're gonna go to our splines line, a smooth. First gonna start creating an area which is our courtyard. So let's do that. Then I'm going to create all these small islands which are going to be a little bit higher than the rest. And this is going to be just an alley going in that direction. This can be another alley. Just don't need to see exactly where it's ending. So one big characteristic of this garden, Japanese garden, is the fact that they are very organic, with this organic alley, and yeah, this is quite important. Okay, I will just take these three and close them. Make a copy, attach all of them together, and this is going to be my alley. Okay, maybe this should be corner. This corner. Let's have another small island in here. Okay, now I'll make another one. Can also go lower with this. The main thing about this project is to have the feeling that you are in a valley. So I'm gonna move these lines a little bit higher. Let me see what else we have in here. And also this one needs to go a little bit higher. And also this one. So when you create this kind of surfaces, let me just hide my walls. This needs to go to the walls. Okay, I'll just delete the lines that I have in here and I don't need them. Also this one. So what you need to understand using the spline land is that you need to start from the top or from the side. Let me change a little bit this. So I hope it's not very steep in some places. Okay, I will go to my spline land, create a spline land in here. Okay, and now we're going to start. And I'm going to add my splines starting from top or from the bottom. So let's start from top, it's gonna be much easier. Now we'll go here. So as you can see, I went from the top and going down and coming back. Okay, I'll just save this. And now if I go to my spline and generate my surface, I should have a surface in here. Okay, this is my surface. It's looking very nice. Is it what I need? More or less, yes. The only thing that I don't have in here is my alley. So let's add that. Generate again our surface. Now it's creating our alley in here, as you can probably see, which is very good. But what I would like to have here is also to have these platforms in, well, platforms, too much to say. It's to have these parts here also, even though they are, if you can see, there is a height in here. I can also apply a turbo smooth to all of this to see everything better. As you can see, you can actually see all the surfaces. This is nice. Let me go back. This alley has a different ID than the rest. That's good. So let's also check that by applying an editable poly. And now let's check the ID. So the alley has number 2 and this has number 1. So this means that I can create 2 materials, one for the alley and one for the forest. So let's do that now. I will just go to Chaos Cosmos, Corona Library, and here to nature. I think, yeah, that's correct. And here at the nature we have a couple of ground mossy, ground needles, ground rocky, ground leaves, and ground gravel with leaves. So we're gonna take the gravel ones. Okay, this is good. And then we're also gonna take the ground, the forest soil. Okay, and now I'll create a multi-sub object, and now I'll add my number 1 in here and the number 2. I'll make only 2 because I don't need more than that. And now I will apply this to my already generated landscape. And as you can see, in the moment that I did that, everything is correct. The only thing that is not correct is the size of the textures, because the size of my texture is much bigger. So let me check here how big is this. So this is 300 by 300 and this is 2200. So yeah, I have 2 different sizes. What I can do here, I can apply an UVX form and I can make this 10 times smaller. I think it's still too big. Let's make it 100. Better? No, 50 maybe. I'm just guessing right now. Yeah, it's around there. And now we need to apply some geometry into this. Yeah, there is another thing that I would like to have in here, and because I don't want to have grass or stuff under my house, so I need to add also that under my insert here in the spline land. So let me unhide my house. And here I think I made, yeah, I have it, and this is the shape of my house. So I'm going to add this also in my spline land here, and this is going to be as a whole and split, and I'm gonna generate my surface. Okay, so for the grass we're going to use this 3D model. It's going to look like this. It's also coming for vray, in case you're doing this with vray.
Okay, so as you can see here, I'm just playing a little bit with the material, giving it a little bit more translucency. And now I'm just starting copying all my settings from the file that I took from that website and putting all these settings on my terrain. And I'm just going to use both of those IDs that I have for my terrain to add the grass exactly where I need it. And then I'm just taking the grass out from the alley, as you can see here, and then I'm just trying to add all the details that we have on the original grass into my terrain. As you can see here, I'm just playing with the dead leaves, and I'm trying to fix them in such a way that they're gonna show almost everywhere. The problem is that also forest pack has a limitation and you can't add geometry on such a huge geometry. Now playing with the brush here, I'm just trying to add some extra details for my dead leaves, just to have them in a couple of places, but as you can see here, it's just showing them everywhere. Okay, another thing that I'm going to do, add a brush. Single map override. Yeah, now I'm just making a quick render and also making a couple of small adjustments. Let's add an HDRI in here. Okay, this looks nice. I will try this one. Now I'll add this into... As you can see, even though it's just a 3D model that you just took from a website with all the necessary grasses in there, it's taking a lot of time to make it work also on your 3D model, on your scene. Because yeah, most of the time you just need to adjust all the things because and all the 3D models, because yeah, your scene is totally different and you just need to have some adjusted to your scene. Because the scale is way too small, so I'm just increasing that for a bit. Okay, it's everything here. Only problem is they are very small and this is happening. Okay, my leaves are spread all over my terrain, and this is a little bit too much for the forest pack, so I'm just going to have them all here in the front area between the grass. And now I'm just playing a little bit with the size of them, and okay, it's all looking fine. Now I just realized that I have some beams there in the right side that are sticking out and they're not looking correct, so I'm just fixing that for now. Add the clear coat on here. Okay, so I think it's looking quite nice for now. Another thing that I would like to do right now is to add some puddles of water in here. Let's see how we can do that. First of all, we need to
Okay, I can't see much in there, so what I'm going to do, I'm gonna create a Corona layered material, and I'm gonna add this here as a base.
And my noise map is gonna go as a mask.
Add another Corona physical, and to this material,
and then I'm just gonna play a little
water
bit
material. So
with the
I'm just gonna make a refraction
contrast of this mask
and
by going lower with the highs and higher with the lows. As you can see here, in this way I'm gonna get a more of a contrasty image, and it's gonna be much easier to show where I have the water and where is the sand. Also, I'm gonna add this on all layers, and now I'm just making a quick render to see how everything is looking. It's not looking bad at all. And here I'm just changing the size of it because yeah, I need to have less of them. Okay, so I don't really like how the material is actually looking. I'm just gonna take it out for the first layer, and I'm just gonna add the clear coat amount to 1, and on the roughness I'm gonna add my noise texture, and on my second material that's far away I'm gonna add some wetness on it in the same way by adding a clear coat, and the IO air is gonna be 1.3, the same as the water. And what I'm going to do next, I'm just going to change the texture from my direct visibility. I don't really like the one that I have right now. I need something more dramatic. And yeah, I'm gonna add in here another image from CG Textures from a long time ago when they didn't have HDRI, only 360 images. And now I'm going to show you how to make it work in the environment. So the first thing that you need to do is to make it spherical, and then I'm going to rotate a little bit this, and on the and I'm going to add 2 on the tiling and 0.25 on the. And now I'm just gonna play a little bit with my HDRI. I'm gonna add a color correct and the tint, and I'm gonna make it a little bit more blue to match more or less my image from above. Okay, I'm not very happy how the hills are actually looking. I would like to create more like a V shape. So I'm just gonna start playing a little bit with my splines in such a way that my V shape is gonna be more obvious. And yeah, I think it's going to help more my perspective and my final composition. Yeah, this is the good part of this plugin. It helps you to recreate your stuff at any time, and you don't need to go back to your original file and start doing everything from scratch. Okay, and now let's go back to let's start importing some plants, some trees for our scene. So to do that, I'm going to use the Cosmos browser. So in this way, you can all you guys, you can follow me, and you can also add all of this in your 3D. Most of them I already download them. So yeah, please be free to do exactly what I'm going to do. So first of all, I'm going to add the ones that are for the fall, so the autumn ones. So I'm gonna add this one, this one, this one, and this. And then I will add some yellow ones. Okay, let me see where these ones are. Okay, they are all here. Normally it's better to take the plants from
that region or from the place from where you're building your 3D model. But in this case, yeah, I thought it's much easier for you guys to get these plants if you have Corona or V-Ray, depending on which one you are using. In this way, it's gonna be much easier for you to follow up what I'm doing, because all these plants that are coming from this website are not really working perfectly. We need to make some small adjustments to them. So before doing anything else, I'm just going to try to show these plants in here. So I'm just gonna click, because they're coming as a Corona proxy, and the method I'm gonna say as full mesh, this also as a full mesh. And now let's add in here also some green plants, some green trees. So for that, I'm gonna combine my plants from here with these ones. We don't really need that many, but yeah, we just need a couple of them just to break a little bit the red and the yellow, because if you have too many in the same color, this one we already have it. Because what's happening actually in reality, it's probably going to see here. Yeah, we have some reds and yellows trees, a lot of them, but we also have some of them which are still green, because what's happening, the trees are actually touching to each other, and yeah, they're just it's taking a while until all of them are getting red or orange or yellow in this case. So yeah, this is why we need also some green ones to break a little bit the way that it's actually looking. There are a couple of them that I didn't bring them in. Let me just make them show here. Okay, and this one also. Bring an editable spline here and just make this bigger so I can find them at the corner, select them. But fortunately these ones are quite small. I would like to make them a little bit bigger. I'll just scale them a bit like this. Now we'll add also this one here. I don't know if they are the same. Yeah, they are all the same. They are old oaks. Okay, let me check the colors of them. Let me add my oak in here, the material. Okay, this is it. So the first thing that we need to see, it's a Corona physical material, which is very good. And then it has a translucency in here. As you can see here, they are using the same texture for the translucency, which is the same texture for the translucency color, which is not always working very well. So normally for translucency, you should have a black and white texture. So we're just gonna do that. So to see exactly what we have in here, I'm gonna add here a Corona color correct, and I'm gonna desaturate this, and now I can see my translucency. So where is white is gonna be translucent, and where is dark is not translucent. It's becoming opaque. So I'm gonna make this a little bit more, and as you can see, in the moment that I did that, becoming more translucent. So if it's perfect white, you have a very translucent material, and if it's perfect almost dark is so I'm gonna use here 0.2. Also, it is good when you do that to check the material afterwards. Okay, and then for the second thing that I'm going to do is to add another color correct in here where the color is, and I'm gonna make this color brighter, because what's happening is when the moment that the sun or the light is going through the translucent leaf, on the other side is becoming much brighter. So it shows like it's quite a bright color. So what I'm going to do in here, I'm gonna add on the exposure, the brightness, a little bit more color. See, it's 0, and then in the moment that it's 1, you can see that it's getting some bright areas in here. You can even go a little bit. You don't need to exaggerate, but the idea is just to have some brightness in there. And of course, if you have a couple of them, you need to do the same for all of them, which is kind of shitty because we need to do all of this all over again. Or what else you can do is to add on the first one, as you can see. So because I have only 2 leaves, I'm gonna add in here only 2 additional outputs, and then this can go to the translucency, and then you can do the same also with a color correct. Okay, now it's gonna work. And for these other 2, I'm just gonna use this one in the same way. So for example, I will just take this one here, and I see where this is getting plugged in. So I'm gonna add the second one in here, and this is going in the second input. And then I will take this one and add the next input here, and this one in here. And now, because I have my tree, and all these 3 are exactly the same, I'm just gonna apply this material to all of them. And now let's have a look how these trees are actually looking. I'm on orthographic. I will just select one of them because the rest are the same. So as you can see, there is translucency underneath, which is perfect. This is what makes leaf to look good. The only one thing that I still need to add in here is to add a little bit of wetness to make them look like they are wet. So to do that, I will just go to my material and add here a clear coat layer of 1. And the moment that I did that, it's becoming more glossy, and I will make this 1.3 because that's the IOR for the water. And the glossiness, I will not make it perfect, I will just make it a little bit blurry. 0.8. 0.8 should be enough, and I will do the same also for the other one. And also for the trunk I should do the same, just to add a little bit of wetness. This is gonna go with less, 0.6, 0.7 maybe, and for the other piece also 0.75. Now I should have a more glossy trunk. And of course, if this tree is close to your camera, you also need to add a displacement in here. So to do that, I'm just gonna check my displacement, which is here. So let's change this and make it 0.4, and then let's add our normal map also into displacement. Now this is for the branches, I need to add it to the trunk. Actually, let's make it 1 centimeter. And let's see how it's going to look. Okay, and in the moment that I did that, it's already starting to look better. So yeah, it's better to have this kind of details. Of course, don't add too much displacement everywhere, because displacement is taking a lot of your RAM. So if they are close by in the front and you can actually see all these details, it's better to add some displacement to it. But otherwise, please try not to use it too much, or at least not too big. Yeah, to make it look realistic, yeah, you need to have a lot, like 2 centimeters. But yeah, for now I'll just leave it 1 like this, and I will do exactly the same things also to the other trees. Start with these ones. I'm gonna delete this for now because we don't need it. This mountain alder, this is mountain alder, and this is mountain alder, so they all have the same material. So I will just make one and apply that one to the rest. So we said we're gonna add in here some clear coat. This will go 0.7, 1.3, and also we're gonna add a displacement. The displacement, we're gonna make it 1, and I'm gonna add this texture here. Instance, normally you should create a texture for the displacement, but in this case I will just use this one. Then let's go to the pedicle. This yeah, let's make it thin shell. Translucency 0.6 I can add in here, and for the translucency color I will add as an instance this one, and here I will add a color correct to it, and I will bring this to 1. It's more than enough. The idea is to have different colors on both of them. Okay, now let's do the leaf also. As you can probably see here, these are the leaves. I would like to make these ones a little bit more yellow, so they are starting to look more yellow. So I will do that by changing the hue and the saturation. It's already more yellow, and I can also make them a little bit more bright, maybe not that much. And then I will add in here I will delete my translucency color, and with shift I will make a copy of this, and I will add this in here, and I will change the power 1.5 just to have them more bright, and then I will leave the fraction 0.5. That's more than enough. And what else I would like to add in here is some clear coat as usual, 1.3, glossiness 0.8, and should be enough. Let's see the material now. This is the material and the trunk, and now let's check one of these trees. I will apply this to my tree. Okay. Yeah, they look good. See here, you can see translucency. It has a little bit of flexion, which is good. Maybe 0.8 is not enough. We can add 0.9. Yeah, the bump is not enough. Change that from here. Have a 2. Yeah, it's more than enough. Okay, so this is my first tree. I will apply this material also to the other ones, to the other trees. Now let's check the trident maple. They are all trident. Let's see. Yes, they are all the same. Now I'm gonna add. I'll take the material from this trees, delete this one, and let's check. I think all these trees, they have different colors, so probably I need to make them one by one. Yeah, as you can see, they are made with a mix. So yeah, let's see what we can do. First of all, these two are the same, so let's change one of them. Let's change this to more red, a more powerful color. Let's make it 1. Okay, this is going to look better. The opacity, I don't care. And another thing that we need to add in here is the clear coat. 1.9, maybe 0.85. Looking, should look good. 1.3. The trunk, for the trunk we need to add a displace. As I said, this displace is going to be 1, and then add a clear coat 1.3, and yeah, this one I will just make it less, 65 maybe. It's looking very nice, I really like it. Maybe the trunk and the branches are not exactly what we need. Oh yeah, because the max level is 0.1. Still can't see really a good texture in here. Sometimes if the texture is very dark, the displacement it doesn't help. So let me use this one from the pump. It's definitely better. So what I can do is to add a color correct in here in the displace and change the contrast. This is definitely going to help, as you can see. And I can also change the displacement from 2 to 1. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it like this. Yeah, let's move to the next one, because as you can see, these ones have different colors. I don't really want to apply the same material to all of them, so I will just make them one by one and also check the material, how it's looking. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so looking nice. Let me just stop this and let me add another tree from here. And what I would like to add is a pine tree, maybe this one. Let's import this one, and also a really red one. Pine tree. Okay, let's bring them here. This is one of them, other one. This is the red one, this is the pine tree. It's important to have them more or less on the same height. Let me check the color of this one, the material actually. Just delete the ones that I already have in here, and let me add this one in here. And let's check the colors. Okay, this is quite red. It has a good translucency, which is good. It's a little bit too colorful. Maybe I should just delete this for now and add a new one. Not to the fraction, to the color. Has a refraction in here. 0, we don't need any refraction. And that's also 1.3 we said, 1.8. Okay, this should be fine. And let's see the trunk, which is here. And to this, let's add a displace. Let's check the displace in here. 1 should be enough. Let's add also. Okay, let's see this one. Okay, also the trunk is looking good. The leaves also, let me check them here underneath. That's the important part. Yeah, they look nice, I like them. Okay, this is looking good. Just stop this, hide all. Let's check also the pine tree. Okay, the translucency color, I will just use the same one. Don't want to use any other one. And I will apply in here my input. 1 maybe. Yeah, that's enough. Let's see, it needs to be thin shell. 0.5 should work. Also, let's add a little bit of clear coat layer. As I said, 1.3 and 0.80 could work. Let me see. That's looking nice. And let's play a little bit with the trunk. Also, the trunk needs some displacement. And it needs the display. On the displacement, we're gonna use the bump. We need a black and white color. Yeah, texture. And this can go to 1. This is 1.3, 0.65 maybe. Let's have a look. First of all, the trunk, it's looking good. Fortunately, this one doesn't have a good texture. Yeah, this can be a problem most of the time. You need to be very careful with these plants. The ones that we get from this are good for far away, but for close-ups are not that amazing. Let me check the leaves, which are the needles in this case. Yeah, they're looking nice. I like it. Okay, this is looking good. And should be another tree in here. Maybe it didn't get imported. Oh yeah, they are here. Both of them. And the little one. I think the material is more or less the same for these pine trees, which just make them a little bit bigger. They are more or less in the same size as these ones, and these are very, very small. Let me check their material first. Maybe they're not looking that bad. Let me apply the material that I used on the other pine tree. Maybe it's going to work. Yeah, it's looking good. I like it. Just stop this. I hope it's not going to crash. And now let's check the little ones. See how they are made. Just clear this. Clear off also the roughness. 0.3, 1.3, 65. Let's see. And let's add this as a place in here. And then the leaves, this one, and for this we're gonna have some displacement we don't need in here. What we need, the translucency, and it's using a texture for that, but I don't want to use that. And for the color, is using this. I will use the same one just to be sure, and I will apply here Corona color correct, and this I will just make it brighter. One, I think it's more than enough. And then it has another one, so they're probably different colors. I mean, I don't even know. They look kind of similar to me, but for sure if they made, oh, there are 3 of them. Okay, because there are 3, let me just add additional output, and for the rest, I think it's going to look good. So yeah, we have all our trees. Let's add them to our scene. So I'm gonna use Forest Pro, of course, as usual, and start adding my trees in here one by one. Let me go to the top. Okay, and now I need to add in here in the area a surface area, and I'm gonna exclude this area because I don't want to have the trees everywhere. I want them to end up here, so I'm just gonna try to find that spline, which is this one, and click on that. So now I have the trees only there. Let me just save my scene and let's have a look how it's everything looking. Okay, and now we can actually see what's happening. Yeah, it's not bad, it's looking good, but what I would like to have is to have a little bit more colorful trees and less green, even though it's looking nice. Okay, let me do that. What I'm going to do is to change here on how often they can appear. So the probability is 100. So on the green ones I'm gonna have a little bit less of probability. So let me see which one are those. Or is this one the mountain alder? Okay, that's good to know. We'll go forest. Is this one? These ones are going to be less, so their probability is gonna make 30. 30, 30, and let's see all over again. Okay, it's definitely better, much more red. What I would like also to have is to have them starting from here and going that direction to accentuate this the fact that I'm in a valley. So I need to change a little bit my the geometry of my landscape, and let me just do that. Okay, I can just hide it for now. Let me go here. So yeah, what I'm going to do is to check where is this line. And then at the end I can just go to my spline land and yeah, generate the surface all over again. Okay, yeah, this is better. I like this. This is nice. Yeah, hide all of my stuff, and this should get an update also. Let's see where is the update. Okay, and everything is quite even. So I would like to add in here also some taller trees. So let me see what we have in the Cosmos browser. See how tall is this one. Yeah, this is definitely what we need. So this one. So yeah, having very tall trees, this is going to break a little bit the height that is quite monotone right now, and I don't really like it. Okay, also let me check their materials, if maybe this one could work. Yeah, it's similar. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna take this delete and take the material from one in the back and apply material to this one. And then for this one, I don't think we have. Let me check the material of this one. Yeah, they're not the same. Okay, let's fix also the material for this pine tree. Love to make this a little bit more green. The leaves are quite dark right now. Let's add one here. Picture is too much, 1.5. It is definitely looking better. And now let's add also these two trees to our forest pack. And yeah, one is this, the other one is this. And now should be definitely different. Okay, there is an improvement, but I don't have that many red trees anymore. And yeah, let's check. And another thing that we need to add in here is collision. Collision should be, yeah, let's try 30%, 60%, the height 100. Okay, let's save again. Yeah, overall it's too much green in this area. Okay, let's change the probability in here. There is too much green, definitely it's not okay. I will just change the pine trees and make them less, 50. So yeah, we have a little bit too many still green trees. What I would like to do is to change the color of these ones to make them from green yellowish to more yellow. And this needs to go also more yellow. And I will change the forest random seed. Okay, this is definitely looking better. Another thing that I would like to change all of them, and I'm pine tree, so I can find them much easier in my forest pack. So this one is 50%. I will just make also this one less, 30. And there are too many pine trees in here, and I just want to have less of them. Let's have a look again. I would like to add in here is some plants in this area. Find some, this one, the fern. Let's add this, just move this here. Let's see the 3D model. Yeah, I would like to keep only the plants, not also the ground. So I'm gonna duplicate this as a mesh and delete this. Those can stay, maybe this is fine. And I will apply another forest pack to here, and for this one I'm just gonna use a brush. I'm gonna take this out. For the brush, going to I need to add also my plant. Fortunately I didn't do it. And now I'll start doing some brushing in the forest. Everywhere where I have my, it's going to feel like we have a lot of these plants everywhere. And then another thing that I would like to do is for the interior part, I'm just going to use this picture from here, and yeah, for now it's more than enough. In the future I would like to make an interior where I'm going to model all of this stuff, so I'm gonna leave that for some other time, and I'm gonna create another layer in here and move that in here. Now we'll just rename this, and now I'm going to apply a slice to this, and I will just remove positive. And then add another one at the bottom and remove the negative, and then I will rotate this, move it on the side, then make a copy of it and flip it. And after that I will just create picture material, material for this with the corona light, and I will add this into the color. I'll just give it a 1.5, and I will apply this to my object. To see your texture when you have a corona light, you just need to make the color black. And now I will use the light mix for a bit. Now I'll unhide everything, save. Let's have a look with the new render. Okay, I like what I'm seeing in here. Maybe the light of the plane is too powerful. Let's play a little bit with that. Let's make it more real. I like the paddles. It's looking good. I like to make everything a little bit more moody. Okay, this is looking good for now. Okay, let's add some extra details in here. What else I would like to add in here is some fog. I showed you before how to do that. Fog. We can use a corona volume material, and to this we can apply just a corona color, normal one in the absorption and scattering, and this can just go a little bit darker. And then here we just need to apply a distance. I'll put 450, which is 4 meters, and yeah, let's have a look how it's everything looking. Oh, and another thing that I need to do is to add this to my global volume material as an instance, and in the moment that I did that, I already have here in here my volume material, which is looking good, but it's a little bit too much. So let's change the distance here. Let's make it double, 9 meter. The color can be a little bit blue. Okay, the distance, let me see, maybe I can play a little bit with the environment. Let's change also this, so 1000, it's not bad. Let's add in here also some loot. Okay, I think it's looking good overall like this. And because we have these small paddles of water in here, I would like to add some more lights. Maybe a light that is illuminating the building here, another one here, maybe these trees, maybe the ones in the back. I just need to make everything more more beautiful. Okay, I will just stop this for now. Okay, so I would like to add some spotlights in here. These are for exterior, and you can download them from here, from this website, 3D RGBS. And also this one we need to download. And I will use this one. Okay, and let me check the materials also. It's all black. The color is a little bit too black. Let's make it a little bit more gray. And what else? That's kind of all. I'll just group everything in one. Just to rotate all of this. I'm not very sure if this is going to look as I wanted. Okay, this is quite powerful. I'm not very sure that I really like it. Let me isolate my thing, group open, select my light. And what I'm going to do, I'm gonna take out IES from here. I don't know why there are two lights in here, but I will just delete this one and I will leave only this. I will change my gizmo size, add some directionality to it, see how the light is looking. I think it's looking nice. The only thing that I need to do is to rotate the light. I think the light should go on the other direction, so it's going to be more or less like this. In this way it's going to illuminate our path and also the garden. Okay, this is nice. Now let's go to our plan, try to select here this, make a copy of it, delete some parts of it because we're not going to need everything. And now let me see if I use forest pack, and I'm gonna add my object in here. And this object, I just need to see it exactly as it is on the display. I'm gonna choose mesh. The problem is that it's not taking also the light. Go to effect, my pivot, let's move this here. And now it's correct, and from here I'm just going to use not an image but a path, and this is the path. As you can see, my object is just following the path, and from here I can just change the distance. Take out all of this. Fortunately, I would like to have them 300 together, so then what I'm going to do, I'm gonna make a copy of this, and I will add in here the light. Now they should be in the same place, and I will just change the Z offset for this light, which needs to be here. Okay, and my original light, I just need to take it and move it. The problem is that this is not following the path. Okay. And yeah, let's see how it's everything looking. I'll just take this out for now. Okay, let me just stop everything for a second. There are quite a lot of lights. Let me redo the light mix. Okay, I will apply this to the scene. Start. Oh yeah, I said I'm gonna change the distance between these lights because there are quite many, and yeah, they're looking, so 300, let's make it 500, and also for the lights 500. It's looking nice. Okay, I'll stop this for now, and now let's add also the Avogarden light. We're gonna use this to illuminate some trees and also to illuminate the house. Okay, these are the lights. I'm going to use the dark one, which is the black one. Yeah, it has a lot of details in here. I don't know if we actually need all of them, but anyway, let me check the materials. It's vray light. Okay, that could be easy to fix. I will just use the Corona converter. Now select everything and convert. It gave me some errors, but it doesn't matter. Let's check the materials now. Yeah, it didn't do any conversion. Anyway, I will just do it by hand then. Sometimes it's just not working. Maybe vray is too old, or this is the glass. Then metal, make this default dark metal. I think that's it. We should have our object in here. The light, which is a vray light probably. Yeah, we don't need it. And now I will just add in here. Yeah, as you can see, this light in the middle is not strong enough. So let's play a little bit with the Corona light. This one, and bring some more light in there. 50. Yeah, this is much closer to what we need. Check if I can make it less. Yeah, could work. Okay, and now let's add our Corona light in here. And I'll make a light in here. And this light is going to be it's going to stay here somewhere. Just make it a little bit smaller, like this. Add a target to it. Okay, we have our light. I'm gonna assemble all of this light. Now I can just move and rotate this. For this assembly open, I just need to apply an IES, and I will just use an arrow, maybe this focus uniform. It's quite big, the gizmo, just make it smaller. Assembly close. See how it's everything looking. Now I'll just move this one. We open. Okay, now I'm just gonna make copies of this and add them in my scene to illuminate my building. Okay, let's see our render until now. Okay, this is looking nice. Let's add some bloom. Yeah, these lights I would like not to see them. Let me just go to my original lamp, which is here, and to the modifier, and take this out. And let's see what else. Maybe a light also here. Let's add this more in the corner, and also this one, so it can illuminate also these parts here. This is looking nice. Okay, another one that is here close by is just okay, it's looking nice. The only thing that I would like to have more is more fog here in the front. Change the fog material for a bit, wherever that is. Fog is here, 1000. Let's make it 500. Okay, we just stop all of this, and yeah, maybe change this to 350 and add on the light mix of Okay, another thing that I would like to do here is to add a little bit of these leaves, around here in the scene. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna take this and duplicate the mesh.
Okay, so what I'm going to do next is
here I'm gonna
make a copy of this,
one of
change
these,
the rotation, make a couple of
leaves,
copies and create 3 different
and I will just make a copy of it.
Leaves that we can use later to scatter them
And
on
then
the
I will use this
different surfaces, on the alley, on the deck in front of the house, on the roof, between the grasses, and so on. So as you can see here, I just made the copies and I'm bending them in different directions. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create also a material that a specific material only for these ones, that in the moment that they're gonna be made instances by the forest pack, I can have different colors on them. In this way I can have some diversity in the forest pack. So I'm adding some hue and saturation, some gamma, now using the forest pack and a brush, I'm going to brush them in different places on my scene. I made everything on fast forward because this video is already very long, and probably it's one of my longest video until now. I worked almost 20 hours to create this scene, so I also need 20 hours to edit all this video for YouTube. So I cut a lot of things and I'm trying to make it shorter because I know people are getting bored when videos are very, very long.
Let me go to my settings here. Let's make this 3000, so it should be enough. Noise limit 2.5, denoiser high quality 0.85. I will add in here the Z-depth in case I need to add more. And what else do I need in here is the watercolor. I'll just save all of this. Let's save this also. Render.
Okay, so this is our final render. As you can see, just looking amazing. But in today's episode, I would like to show you a different way on how to edit your final image. So I'm just going to take out the tone mapping, as you can see, and then I'm just going to save the image and I'm going to open this image in Photoshop and we're gonna move on from there.
Okay, so let's start adding some people. I would like to add some Japanese woman and this couple with an umbrella. I think it will work very nice. Let's see how we can integrate them in the image. Just go here, download the free version of it, and let's start importing them. So it's a good thing that they are all without direct light on it, so this is going to help us because we also don't have direct light into our image. I have my raw image in here without any exposure, so I'm gonna open the couple and I will go here and I will make an object selection on them. Let's see how it's gonna work. Hope well, more or less. I'll just do this. Okay, I will just apply my layer mask, Ctrl K, Ctrl C, and I'll just copy my image in here. Let's see where we can add them. This is totally fine. I'll add some curves on them, and make them hue and saturation. Okay, as you can see, they are still very bright. Let me add another layer in here with a dark brush, and I'll just start painting. Okay, and now I'll make this less visible, and as you can see here, you already start getting some transparency. Make these guys' head a little bit bigger, like this. And also let me go with the opacity and create here the hole that we have behind. I think the guy's head is actually bigger, it's more like this, because his shoulders are quite big. And I think it's fine. Now let's add some colors in here, some lights. Now we'll take this, make it a little bit orangey, because I need to put some lights on it. I'll make a new layer, and I'll go as a soft light. And now to this layer I'm gonna add a color balance, and these shadows, they need to be blue as the sky. The highlights, they need to be yellow, and the midtones maybe also a little bit blue, but not that much. Okay, let's add some curves on top of everything. Okay, way I can bring my highlights higher. Too much transparency. Okay, let me just make a layer with all of these people. And now I will just add some curves on top of this. Anyway, now I'll just use some new stuff, alien skin exposure. I have the version 4 here. There is also a version 7. I'll just use it as a trial, and let's see what we can do with this. So this is just a plugin. It's just for retouching and applying a filter to your image. It has different types of filters, like cinema, all kind of, as you can see. So the ones that I like to use are the ones from the color films print, as you can probably see here, and you can just play with them. So it's very easy to use it. Here you play with the colors, so you can just make them brighter or darker. By double clicking on the image, it's going back to 0. And then you have the red, and you can also play directly only with the colors in the image. If you want, you can change the yellows or make them brighter. So yeah, it's very fun to play with it. You can also change the warmth of the image or make it more blue. And the good part of this is this tone, where you can add. Just keep my highlights low because I don't want to have bright spots in my image. My midtones depends on the mood that I want to have, but I would like to keep the image as dark as possible in these areas, so the shadows can stay here somewhere. As you probably already saw, I like the images a little bit more contrasty. And then you can also split the toning into copper and blue finish, for example, or copper and light tone. I think copper and light tone could work well, and here you can give it a strength or you can just make it off. And then you have also the focus, where it's better to just keep things sharp but not too much sharpness. A little bit of blur is always working, it's already always helping. I'll just add a little bit, and then a little bit of grain. Yeah, the best way is to use it in the shadows. This is how the film is, and maybe a little bit in the tone. Just use a 35 millimeters. Then the eye air, this is just a glow. As you can see, where I have the light is becoming much more glowy. So I will just use the medium, or you can just play with it directly from here. Halation spread, as you can see, this being the source of light of the image, needs to have a little bit more, and it's good to see a little bit of it, and the color contrast can stay as it is, you don't need to play. And the aged, yeah, you can just add some aged stuff on it, which yeah, we're not going to do here because I don't really care about that. Yeah, the vignette in here, if you want to play with it, can just add a little bit. The cool part about this vignette is the fact that you can actually make it square or round. Yeah, you don't really have the possibility to do this, and you also have the softness of it, as you can see here. So I can just apply very soft vignette on this image that you don't really see, and you also have a distortion on it. And the lump size, it's yeah, it's just a strange way of showing the vignette. So this is quite a cool tool, this kind of a vignette. And now we can go back to our colors. We can just make it warmer or colder, and we can also play a little bit with the colors. So for example, the red probably is too much in here, I will just make it less. The yellow, if it feels too much, I can take it out. You can see I will add a little bit of cyan, it's always working, and a little bit of blue. And there is one thing that I forgot about it, they are the shadows that are underneath, but I will just do that now. And also here we have some reflection that I need to add, so let me just do that. I'll just delete this for now, and just add the mask. And now very slowly I'm gonna start brushing some white, some opacity on it. And I will just go with less. I can also create a layer out of this by using Ctrl+Shift+A, and I will apply also a little bit of blur, just a little bit. And now I will add also in here some shadows, a new layer, and with a blue, black, and with a brush I'll just start creating in here some shadows. Okay, reflection. And now I will just go back to my original image, merge everything in one layer, and I will reapply my alien skin continue trial, which is still there, as you can probably see. And now let me see the opacity. I'll just go okay. And now I will make this a smart object. Then go to filter, camera raw filter, play with the contrast. So yeah, this was the lesson of today. I hope you guys liked it. Going to create more lessons like this. Please don't forget to like this video if you find it useful. It really helps my channel and it helps me to grow. Please share it with your friends. For those who are following me on my Patreon, they can download this scene from my Patreon. And yeah, on one of the next episodes I'm going to create the interior of this scene. As you can see the picture, in this time we just used a picture for the interior, but I would like also to create the interior with all the furniture and all the stuff that's in there, because it's a really nice scene, and it's a really nice interior. And I hope you guys liked it, and see you in the next one. Bye.